bring in our good friend Chase McCabe from 102.5 The Game, program director. You can hear him from 10 to 2 on the station over there. Chaser, good morning, brother.
Hey, JoJo. All right, I got two things before we get into this. One, how come we don't have more views from the Fern overpass? Because I thought that's where all the shots came from in media in this town. And two, how did you get the raccoon to behave? How many takes did that take?
Only 2.
Okay,
so the raccoon was good. I sing a little song, a little lullaby, and they do that. Funny you should bring the Fern Avenue story up. We had it on yesterday, and I explained to the intern about why all the reporters go to that spot of town and stand there and almost get hit by cars when that bridge ice is over. So, yeah, Fern Street, but, people don't know many streets around Nashville, but they can tell you what Fern Street overpass is.
You told me that. You told me that story one time, and I can't unsee it now.
That's just like everybody goes to that spot, and there's so many other better places around town to get a view of the traffic. But for some reason, they all go there. All right, talk about being on a roll. You guys are the flagship station of the Nashville Predators. Yes. How much fun is it for you guys at the station to watch this hockey team, Chase, that nobody thought would be any good, and now they're just tearing it up?
Oh, it's a lot of fun because they are one of the best teams in the league right now. They're leading their conference. And, we've had some fun with this week, Joe, of that it's never happened before that you've had the Titans and the Predators leading their conference at the same time. The Titans obviously won the AFC. They're off this week with the bye. And now the Predators find themselves atop the Western Conference as they look to take on Buffalo. And, they have won all these games in a row. They have not lost in the year 2022. I talked to Roman Yossi, the captain, last night on Smashville Live. Little name drop there. And he, he said they are just having fun. That's exactly what it is. They know that nobody gave them a chance. And so they're enjoying this and beating a team like Colorado, albeit it took overtime and it was a great game. That's huge for them, because that's one of the teams they're going to have to go through to get to where they want to go. And, that's a tough test, but they just have all the confidence in the world right now.
Games like tonight, the Nashville Predators taking on Buffalo scare me because Buffalo's not really that good.
No.
And through sports sometimes, because the Predators got to go to Boston on Saturdays. So that may, Boston on Saturday and a great iconic hockey team. And then Buffalo comes in here and wins. What's the key tonight? Just keep playing Nashville's game and hope for the best?
Yeah, you got to keep playing your game. We'll see if potentially they could get Philip Forsberg back off the COVID list. That could be big to have that in play, but we'll see closer to game time. But yeah, you just got to keep playing your game. And, this team has something that I haven't really seen. Going back to the Barry Trotz days of they have those physical guys that can score on you. Like Tanner Jeannot is a legitimate candidate for the Calder Trophy, the Rookie of the Year. He will score on you 1 minute and then he will run over you the next. I mean, That's exactly what he does. And he's a chirper. I mean, Yossi last night I said, how's his chirp game? And he just started laughing and said, it's pretty good. For a young kid, you would think that he wouldn't be that way, but he knows how to talk and knows how to get under the skins of his opponent. They just got to keep playing that style. That's what John Hines wants them to do. And if they do that, then I think they'll be just fine.
It's weird. It's been 5 years since that Stanley Cup run. If we go back 5 years, Chase, nobody, I know you're with the hockey team every single day. Nobody, back then is like, well, because they barely squeaked in the playoffs in 2017 and then they just run that massive run. There's something different about this team, though. I mean, it's just, to me, and this might be just completely outlandish, they remind me of the Titans in a lot of ways, Chase, because nobody's talking about them. They don't have any really big stars that are out there, and they're just getting the job done. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, and they have talked about that. David Poyle comes on our show every Tuesday, and we brought that up with him, and he said, absolutely. And we love that. We love that both teams in Nashville are kind of in that same space. That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's just like, okay, all right, fine. Don't talk about us. Just watch what happens. And I've always thought like a lot of this group that's still on this team, like Johansson and Yossi, Forsberg, they kind of feed off that. Like, sure, don't talk about us. Let us fly under the radar. That's fine. Like, we're good. We're good with that. But they're getting some looks, from the hockey experts, those in the know of like, yeah, watch out for Nashville. Nashville's pretty legit. And I think it's been fun to hear people. And I'm one of them. Like, I didn't think they were going to really do that much. Right. to kind of take a step back and go, okay, maybe we were off. Now, still a long way to go. You know, you never know what's going to happen, but I think right now this team, they have confidence, they have swagger, they have all those things. They have a little bit of cockiness, which I love. You know, I think you need a little bit of that. So they're just feeding off of all the negativity.
I know Pete Weber's part of the Predators Radio Network. I know Pete's got COVID-19. How's he feeling?
He's been feeling fine. The hope is that he'll. I think he's out tonight, and then the hope is he could be back this weekend. But Max Hers, who is a Vanderbilt alum, he has done some Vanderbilt baseball, basketball. He has covered Vandy sports. He's covered high school sports. He does the game of the week on my TV 30, and he's also a part-time producer for us at ESPN 102.5. The Game has been for years. He's part of the Predators Radio Network, editing highlights. He got the call the other night to be on the call and called the game with Hal Gill, and it was fantastic. It was such a cool thing to see a guy that has worked his butt off to get the call up to the NHL and get to call a game. So he'll be on the call again tonight with Hal.
Our Max, our buddy.
Max, yep, the Max.
That is fantastic. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I need to start paying attention to friends.
Thanks for listening, Joe. Appreciate it.
That is great. Max got the call. I know Max is a little frustrated in things of, because it's not easy to break in the whole play-by-play world. But that's a great story.
Well, and what was so through the process of trying to figure out what to do, talking with the Predators, and his name came up, and we got to the point like, hey, let's see if he can do it. Let's see if he's interested. And I go, I think he's going to be interested. Let me give him a call real quick. And I called him and I just said, Max, these are the phone calls I love to make. And one of the first that I've gotten to do as program director, but you are needed to call an NHL game Tuesday night. Are you available? And I can't repeat exactly what he said, but he was available.
Oh man, we got to get Max on. That's fantastic.
Yes, you do need to get Max on. It's a very, very cool story.
That's so cool. He's such a good dude. And you guys called a couple football games together this year.
Yes.
I came to radio with you. Max came and joined us, and oh man, that's awesome. I could stop the show right now, but I'm not going to. All right, so don't go anywhere. Celebrity birthdays.
Yes.
You still have the record. You got 6 correct. You own the record. So you and the intern are going to battle celebrity birthdays next, all right?
All right, let's do it.
All right, we'll come back to celebrity birthdays. Chase McCabe and the intern will join us. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.